Hey guys, I'm Deronda. Today I'm going to show you how to make this dark chocolate flourless cake. That's right, no flour in this cake and it's absolutely scrumptious. The ingredients you're going to need is 8 ounces of dark chocolate, or you may substitute with semi-sweet chocolate or milk chocolate. I just buy the bars and cut them down into pieces. 3/4 cups of chopped walnuts, 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. I'm using the special dark chocolate cocoa powder, but any cocoa powder will do. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 4 large eggs, and 1/2 cup of ground walnuts. In a small mixing bowl, I'm adding my cocoa powder with my baking powder and the salt. With a whisk, you're going to whisk these 3 ingredients together until they're well blended, and then you can set this off to the side. Now we're going to melt our chocolate in the microwave on high, 30 seconds at a time, stirring in between until it's looking like this. This took a minute, and even if you see a little pieces of chocolate in there, don't worry, because the residual heat here on the chocolate will continue melting those little pieces of chocolate. And as you can see, they're completely melted now. We can set this off to the side. So we're going to add the sugar into a medium mixing bowl. And we can set our eggs off to the side with our walnuts. You see, you want your butter softened. And if you don't have this softness on your butter, nuke it in the microwave on defrost about 5-10 seconds at a time with a hand mixer on high. Beat until fluffy. We're going to add our eggs one at a time. Beating on medium until you can no longer see the egg yolk. It doesn't take long, about 15 seconds. And then we're going to continue doing this to the other 3 eggs. Add your 3rd egg. And then your 4th egg. Once you add that 4th egg, scrape down the sides of our bowl, and we're going to beat this on high for 5 minutes. Use your timer. After 5 minutes, your mixture is going to be pale and creamy like this. Next, we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. I know I forgot to show you this at the beginning of our ingredients, along with that cocoa powder and the baking powder and salt. And we're going to just gently stir this in. Well, you may want to use a spatula to really get it mixed in so your cocoa won't be flying everywhere. At this point, you can also add your dark chocolate. You want your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Starting on low, we're going to mix these ingredients until they're just blended. You don't want to overmix it. Continue scraping down the sides of your bowl. That looks beautiful. You see that light, rich, dark chocolate? That's what you're looking for. With a regular spoon, I'm going to fold in those chopped walnuts. Or I should have said the finely chopped walnuts with the regular chopped walnuts. I find using just a regular spoon works best when doing this. And as you can see, your batter here is a little on the thick side because that chocolate we melted starts to cool down. And I gotta tell you, I took a little taste of the batter earlier and it's so light, airy, fluffy, and you know it's gonna be a fantastic flourless cake. I baked this in a 9-inch Springform pan that I lightly butter. Make sure you get the sides and the bottom of the pan evenly. Spoon our batter because it's super thick into our pan. Once you get all your batter in your pan, you're going to evenly spread it to the edges. By the way, tap your pan to make sure you don't have any air bubbles in it. Be sure to smooth out the top of your dark chocolate flourless cake. This is off to the oven on the middle rack for the next 30 to 35 minutes. Use your timer and no peeking. Dark chocolate flourless cake is baked. And I know it kind of looks scary there on the top, but as it cools, it's going to sink down. And we're going to let it cool down here in its pan for 15 minutes before we remove the sides. And I'll be back later to show you how to do it. It's been about 15 minutes, and as you can see how the cake just sunk down into our pan. I'm using a plastic knife. I love these little plastic knives. Why? Because they don't scrape the sides of your pan. I absolutely love them. Go all the way around your cake. And of course, I'm using a Springform pan. We're going to pop it loose and it should come right off. Let your cake cool for 30 minutes or more, and I just got a big whiff of that chocolate. It's going to be so yummy. And if you want to speed up the process, put it in the refrigerator up to 30 minutes. I'll be back. I've had it cooling for about an hour. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to remove the bottom of our Springform pan. Whoa, that smells so yummy. I've got a serving plate. I'm just going to add it here to the top, flip it over. If you could be here and smell how fantastic this is. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Using a serrated knife, let's just cut right down into it. I like going all the way across horizontally. You've got those nuts in there, so make sure you go all the way to the end. Then you can cut vertically, or since I'm just slicing into one slice, I'm going to conserve the rest so it'll stay nice and fresh. Slicing a fourth into 3 equal pieces. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Wow, look at those walnuts on both sides. Put this on a serving plate. Not necessary, but I like to sprinkle with just a little bit of powdered sugar. Add some fruit, a raspberry, blackberry. Time to dig in. I can't wait. Loaded with chocolate flavor. It's kind of like a brownie and a truffle all together. So rich with that chocolate. The walnuts chopped and ground are just fabulous in this dark chocolate flourless cake. You won't be disappointed. I'm Deronda with Foods 101. Leave me a comment, give me thumbs up, hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching. Stay safe, and I'll catch you lovely people later.